Hello, I'm Chris Pandey, and I'm going to present my coinBaby project. And I made this project in cloud computing course at Dalhousie University. So, what this project is all about, it's a full stack web application hosted completely on AWS, and it is a personal finance advisor also, which user can ask questions in natural language, and the advisor will answer according to their transactions. This is the complete architectural diagram for the web application. I completely uh, so all of the architecture can be easily reproduced with a single Terraform apply command. And yeah, the layers are, this is the, let me, okay. So this is the complete CI/CD pipeline. I'm using AWS code commit and code build, code pipeline, complete code pipeline. Uh, this ensures that whenever I change the backend code or front-end code, the complete pipeline gets run, and the Docker images are generated via EC3 ECR, and those are pulled by the EC2 instance, and the front end gets hosted, so everything gets pushed with a single code push. Um, so let me explain the service decisions. So I used the EC2 for its simplicity, and Lambda could create cold start problems, so it could add more latency. And for the database, I'm using RDS instead of DynamoDB because because of the relational data of the transactional data that we have. It's all relational, so all the tables, like it will be difficult to do in DynamoDB. It's much simpler in a relational database. And I'm using SSM, parameter store, to store all the secrets and like database URLs, passwords. Um, so we don't have any keys, any secure keys anywhere in the code. It's all in the SSM, and EC2 can pull that while in runtime through IAM roles. Uh, the CloudFront, CloudFront plus S3 I'm using for the front end, and this S3 bucket is completely secured and only accessible through to CloudFront through OAI. And yeah, so let me go through the request flow. So it's a very generic request, and the login functionality I'm using Cognito. It returns a JWT token, and then we have access to the backend, which is Python using Fast API, and the front end is served on S3. We have the database, and the LLM call is through Bedrock Cloud. Yeah, let me share the demo, live demo. So we have login screen, demo. So we see a dashboard with all the recent transactions, the wallets, goals, budgets. We can create wallets, delete. like simple crude operations, all the crude operations on all the transactions. And let's say we delete this transaction and create it in the demo wallet, and it's an expense. Let's say we do shopping of $2,000 of let's say a MacBook. So I don't see that. Yeah, got added. So now this is the chatbot interface for, I'm calling it Penny. So it has a childlike persona. So if I ask what is my major expense, it will respond accordingly. So big MacBook purchase, and it also encourages me for investing, like a simple. This is very simple, and for debugging, I'm showing all the LLM call. This is the prompt that gets sent to Bedrock. So that's it for the demo. Let me back. Yeah. So let's talk about the security. Uh, so what I have is I followed least IAM least privilege principle. So all the roles that each service has, those are only the those have only the permissions required to for those operations only. And so for EC2, let me open the architecture diagram. Yeah. So for EC2, the storage is EBS and it is logged. It is encrypted. The SSM secrets play a very important role, so nothing is in the code, and we don't have any risk in that. Uh, VPC isolation, so complete isolation of the network, and I have created public subnets also to isolate the EC2 and the uh, RDBMS. And the security groups only allow connections from the services that require it. We do not give internet access to any subnet. And yes, so how we can improve it? We can currently I have public subnet for the secure for the RDBM for DBMS subnet. I could have private subnet also, so that would add more security. And right now, as you can see in the website, I have only access to HTTP. So it's showing not secure because it's HTTP. But because I did not use API gateway, if I had, I would have an API gateway in front of the backend, or ALB, application load balancer, that would have been sorted. We would get HTTPS also. um, yeah, I think we could add a rate limiting or load balancing also, that would have been added security, or any firewall like WAF. Yes. So that's about security. So what's next? In the future, I could in the LLM call, I would have added. Uh, Currently, it just answers questions. It does not. It cannot do. It cannot perform operations on our behalf. So that would be interesting to explore. Uh, like add transaction, Penny create a transaction for this, something like that. And I wanted to explore ECS Fargate also for continuous deployment, because when code push happens currently, uh, each time this EC2 will get a new Docker image and it will get a small downtime. So we do not have a continuous flow of traffic. We cannot guarantee that. So with ECS, we can have like multiple EC2 instances, and that way we could have a canary style deployment. Okay, I think that's it. Me, well, you can, so you can contact me, you can check the GitHub, LinkedIn, or you can email me. So all of this project was done in my 5409 5409 course, and built by me end to end on AWS, and that's it.